Another subject in the basement here we wanted to talk about, man, whether you believe it or not, is I saw this question posed to some bass players on Facebook. I actually go to the Detroit Bass Players on Facebook page quite often. It's educational sometimes and it's funny sometimes. And I wanted to know, this is based off a question that was posed by some bass player. I'm sorry I don't know your name. How do you feel about other people playing your bass guitar? Your babies.
My babies? Wow.
James.
I gotta know you. First thing I do, I see what you're wearing. If you got a lot of beads and bangles and chains going all down the shirt and belt buckles and your key ring is hanging off your collar, you won't be getting there. But I'll be real nice about it. Hey man, you know what, man? This is a piece of junk. You're not even worthy to touch this, and I'll take it right out of their hand. They come near it. So.
Right. I mean, he didn't mind me touching it, but it started getting a little too close to other objects. He was like, "Let me move this thing out of the way for you." And I know how you feel about it. And when you playing somebody else's, if they allow you to play their bass, you should treat it as though it's somebody else's bass and not put your whatever. Like if I'm sloppy on my bass, I don't care what it get banged up against. I shouldn't treat somebody else's bass that way. I should treat it like
you don't own it.
Yeah, like it's very precious to them.
And I really tippy-toe around the neck because this is the most important part to me on the bass. This back of the neck. I don't want to feel anything, any hickeys, dimps, dimples. So I really tippy-toe when I'm playing someone's bass. That thumb is right there. I'm not trying to dig my hand all into it and roll the thumb. And I'm not trying to do that. I'm just real ginger with it.
How about
Matter of fact, as you see, it's not touching my body. I just don't. This is his rig. I don't want to. I shouldn't be leaning all in on it like that.
Right. Treat others like you want to be treated.
Exactly.
Tony, well, that's your bass that's in his hand. So how do you feel about letting other people play your bass?
I'm ready to look at the right now.
I ain't hear you. What'd you say?
It's like you said, you get the feel of different people. There's certain folks you don't want to touch, like certain people you want to give them the keys to your car. Certain people you don't like walk around your house. Right. If they get up, I get up.
No reason. You just get up with it. Where you going?
Well, yeah.
But I can relate to that. I can relate to that.
Yes, no wonder he kept me in the living room when I was over his house.
You stay right there.
I don't even let him in, man.
Yeah, I was confined to one section of the living room.
One section?
Yeah, where the bases was. I think he pulled those out just so they'd be there when I get there.
No, it's not like that.
I'm just playing. I'm seriously just playing.
We still gonna watch you.
Don, how you feel about letting other people play your bass, man?
Like you just said, treat it like it's yours. If it's not yours, just treat it like it's somebody else.
I know somebody that actually almost had reservations about letting me. Nobody's ever denied me playing their bass before. Nobody ever. Not even Victor Wooten on stage. He was like, "Here you go, let me play his basses." But I had one guy that almost had reservations because he did not know who I was, and he was like, "Hey man," and they was like, "Oh, that's Big Ive. He okay." And based on somebody else's word, he let me play his bass. I ain't gonna say his name though, but he know who he is. How about you, Josh?
But before that, you got to play Victor Wooten's bass.
Yeah, I got to play Victor Wooten's bass on stage during sound check.
Was it the Yin Yang one by any chance, or?
It's two. I got to play two of them: the tenor and the regular bass.
Nice.
The Yin Yang fedoras.
How was that?
It was. I'll put it like this: I expected Victor Wooten's action to be like so low, not even close.
Really?
He that ain't his thing. Low action. He got a lot of stuff to do on that bass, and low action would interfere with that.
Okay.
That was the most impressive thing to me. I always thought low action was the bomb, and then when Victor one of the best in the world. His stuff is up a little bit high. It's not astronomical, but I'm saying low setting ain't good for him. And I was like, okay, I see what's going on now.
And the way his strings bend, you'd think it was low.
No, his stuff is up pretty
Most
regular.
piano players that play with their finger, they like that low action though. Most.
Right, yeah.
Apparently not
And
all.
most fretless players definitely want that low action.
Well, most fretless players can get that low action because they ain't got to worry about no frets
Right.
in the way. I mean, they still can get some neck buzz, but... Well, but anyway, what about
Oh,
you,
yeah, the question,
Josh?
right. Depends, like, who is this person? Do I know him? Do I have anybody who can vouch that he knows how to play bass, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, this thing, it's got, some character to it, but, I can tell you exactly what I did or how that character happened, right? Because it's mine.
Right, you don't want nobody else's
Exactly.
Right.
character on your bass, right?
This is not me, by the way, but I do know of a person. He was playing a show, and somebody asked him to let him borrow, I think, his guitar, maybe? And the guy said, fine, but understand this. You break this, I break you.
Okay.
I don't know if it was actually, I don't know how true the story was, because I wasn't there, but I think that's a fairly decent attitude to have about, just some random guy at a show asking to use your bass, you know what I mean?
Do you care, Reggie?
What about playing my bass?
Letting other people
It
touch
depends on
you.
how they play. It depends on how a lot of guys they play too physical. I think me, I play with economy of movement, economy of notation. What's Johnson stuff? You play like that, you won't see my stuff.
Grabbing, putting thumbs around.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know,
He's slapping the heck out of the fingerboard and
That's it.
If it's too
just
tough, for you to be
fingernails
doing
flying.
that.
So you don't mind as long as they don't beat it up, right?
right.
How about you, Mo? Any restrictions on bass players? Or people just wanting to play your bass or anything?
First of all, I wouldn't really let anybody borrow my bass. If I'm not there to watch you play, you can do anything. So
Unless they're a good friend and you know they can replace it, but shoot. This
Well.
particular bass I can't replace this.
right, I really wouldn't want to play that anyway, just because it's too beautiful. It's just that thing is just a work.
I like how you're saying that with like this grimace on your face. Oh, it's too beautiful.
Yeah, but that's just how serious I feel about that. That's a beautiful piece of work right there.
Now, I have to mention this because I'm thinking about the lefties. The lefties don't have that much of a problem with people asking to pick up their bass and play it, right?
That's true.
They don't have that problem because they lefties, and only people can ask a lefty to play their bass mostly is lefties.
Oh, wow.
Unless they play it a double cutaway and you can flip it over.
Yeah, but then you'd have to do the nut and
No, they string it like Benji.
Now, it's a lot of lefties that can borrow our basses because some of them just play
Yeah.
upside down.
right.
But yeah. So y'all lucky lefties. Lucky lefties. Today, whatever the day's date is,
20.
the 20th, the day before Father's Day, 2015. Today, the Detroit Bass Players in the Basement on YouTube page has reached 2,000 subscribers today.
Nice.
All right. Wow.
And for us, without us putting out fights and negative stuff, 2,000 subscribers is awesome. So I want to thank all 2,000 subscribers around the world in 170 plus countries and territories
90.
that view this stuff. It's 100. Last time I looked, it's 170 plus countries. It's a total of 190 countries total, but yeah, they look at this all over the world. We got 2,000 subscribers now. I appreciate you guys coming to hang out in the basement. I appreciate those people checking it out, and it also up to 500,000 plus views. Again, for us, that's a whole bunch of views. Now, for somebody that's two girls fighting on the street, that's probably nothing. But or some Some political stuff, that's probably nothing. But for us hanging out in this basement, 500,000 views is awesome. And if it's anything y'all we missing to talk about, let us know. We'll be glad to do a roundtable. And if you ever here hanging out in Detroit, come on out, man, and come and hang out in the basement with us. We do special occasions, you know. So come on and hang out with us, whether you're from Detroit or not. Heck, you don't even have to play bass. You know, if you want to hang out with us, we don't discriminate. All right. So, with that said, thank you once again, fellas, for this roundtable.
You're welcome.